I'm just making my way into a beautiful block of bush. And the reason I'm coming in here on a bright sunny day like today is I'm going to be chasing little pockets of light and try and capture stunning images of some of the local birds that are in here. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I find it really hard sometimes to get real good images in dark bush settings. But what I've learned over the years is that it doesn't have to be really hard trying to figure out your shutter speed, your aperture, your ISO. A simple little trick of just finding little pockets of light, and definitely little pockets of dappled light, can absolutely transform your photography in these types of settings. So that's where we're off to. We're going to go chase some light and see what we can photograph. Well, I've just come across a beautiful patch of bush. There's a nice big mossy log just in front of me here. And just off on my left-hand side, we've got the sun coming through the bush. And what it's doing is, because there's so much canopy cover, it's sending this beautiful soft light through the forest floor, like a big kind of soft box almost, just diffusing that light. And this mossy log here looks beautiful. And I've actually got a North Island robin that keeps on jumping up on here, having a little bit of a look for some food, and then jumping back down onto the forest floor. And I'll show you my viewfinder in a second what it looks like, but this is what I mean about you can still photograph in the real dark forest settings and still make amazing images just by chasing real directional light and finding those beautiful little scenes and settings where the sun is hitting. I was going to grab a couple shots because that's looking really nice. Wow, that was a really neat little photo shoot there with the North Island robin. Beautiful setting. Bush photography can be really overwhelming. There's just so much going on, you know, there's so many distracting elements, and sometimes it can be hard to find composition. But if you kind of look at it, well, how I look at it anyway is, I look at it as this is a massive big stage, and what I'm looking for is tiny little stages. You know, so if you look at it, that the mossy log is the stage, the sunlight was the lights, and all you need is an actor to come turn up. And in this case, I was really lucky with a North Island robin turning up and putting on a fantastic little show. But that's what I kind of look for anyway when I'm out photographing birds in the bush. Well, I'm just heading off now to the south side of the mountain. It'll be a little bit darker there, so I'll be able to chase this dappled light a little bit easier. And I'm just interested to hear in the comments below, when you're out photographing birds in the dark bush settings, do you do the same? Do you go chase little pockets of light and look for little stages, I guess, for birds to turn up on and hopefully give you a good show? Yeah, if you want to drop a comment below, I'd really like to hear your challenges and what you do to try and capture great images in these really challenging settings. Well, I've actually spotted two keriru, which is the New Zealand wood pigeon, and they're just perched on this beautiful log. And whenever I find a scene like this, these birds aren't that skittish, they'll generally stay there for quite a while. But what I do is I really take my time and I really work the angles. And what I'm trying to do, the light is not in the favourable place, but if I go off to the side, I can actually get a little bit of kind of backlighting behind them, and it's actually it's actually making some really nice images. So I'm going to keep working away at this concept and to see what we can come up with. But at the moment, it's not looking too bad. I'm wide open at f4, ISO 2500, and look, I know you're meant to shoot one over your focal length, but with the new image stabilization in these lenses and cameras, I'm managing to handheld at around about 1/200th of a second, still getting some alright images. Well, there's definitely one thing with trying to chase pockets of light. You're always moving. It doesn't, the light doesn't stay long in the position that you're in. So, look, I think it adds to the challenge of bird photography in the bush though. And for me, I really enjoy that challenge of making your way through the bush, trying to find a setting that you like. Obviously a bird needs to turn up. And look, sometimes you're not successful, but you haven't really lost anything with having a great day out in the bush, have you? So it's pretty cool. Well, I'm about to head out of the bush. I've actually been in here for 5.5 hours, and I'll tell you what, the time is absolutely just flowing by. It is crazy. Look, this is one style that I use to capture images in a dark bush setting, as I search for little pockets of diffused light on a nice little kind of scene that looks pleasing, and I wait for birds to turn up. Look, your success rate is limited, but I'll be really interested to hear in the comments below what tips and techniques you use when photographing in low light conditions. Well, until the next one, I hope you all stay safe. If you like the content, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I really look forward to seeing you all again.